One time when my oldest was very young, she walked in on me, you know, getting my nut,
Because I need to, this pussy is not going to eat itself,
So,
okay?
I once if I did keep the evil away.
Aloha.
how you doing?
Excellent. Can you hear me?
Oh shit, we got a mic. Okay. Uh-oh. 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 We got a mic. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, 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 oh,
Microphone
oh,
check.
oh, oh.
No,
Hold on a sec. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Ruby coming through and she know what you already know what she always do. What the fuck? I mean, cause she got a mic in her hand. Wait, what is going on here? Where is
I came up on this little speaker thing that comes with the mic. And so I'm like, okay, I've been practicing my bars for my upcoming
nice?
performances. But
Nice.
yeah, so I'm just being silly. I'm just showing off.
No, but I like it. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit, it's like yes, professionals. Because I mean, that's how the professionals do it. They be sitting down on their comfy ass couches, and there's a mic stand, and the mic is in front of their face. They ain't doing much, so I get it. That's
And
cool.
we're gonna get there. We just need the right budget. That's it.
That's
We
it.
can do anything.
That's all it is. It's about a budget. You know what I'm saying? A budget and sponsors and you know what I'm saying, people just putting direct deposit and just trusting that what we gonna do with the direct deposit is gonna get done. That's all it needs to be done. Yes, indeed.
Boom.
Yes,
Boom.
indeed. Yes, indeed. And of course, since you hear mother has sex
Sex
marijuana
marijuana in the
in the
motherfucking
motherfucking
building.
building, yes. Now,
Yes.
I guess. Oh shit! Damn, my phone decided to just be extra and flip out. All right, now. Now I guess today is supposed to be here already, but I'm not sure if they coming or not because I ain't getting no indication that they not coming. But I mean, I'm hoping they show up. But shit, at the end of the day, we always got some chit chatting to do and chit chatting to talk about. It's always good when we get together. So we'll
Oh,
see if the
absolutely. It's a
person
party. Either
if
way.
we'll see if the person get here and if they don't, we still got a show. Now, hold on. First thing I want to ask you is, hold on, what's going wait, somebody took your jacket? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So I purchased a jacket, one of those, Leatherman jackets or whatnot. Uh,
Mm,
and I should have gotten it on the 12th, which it showed as delivered. And there's nowhere to be found. So someone around here is mobbing with a personalized custom jacket for motherhood sex marijuana. It's supposed to be mine.
that's a goddamn shame. You know what I'm saying? But see, this is right around the time of year where people get real touches with people's shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put some extra security on packages when you got packages
Don't use it
coming to
around.
you.
Don't wear it around here, bitch, because it's you know.
Exactly.
I will be quick too. But you know what? The only exception is if I saw some like transient person wear. I'm like, all right, cool. I ain't gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just some like trying to be fashionable motherfucker that's just over here stealing packages, oh, I'm snatching you.
Right?
No one can get away with nothing anymore. Mm-mm.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's how exactly how it should be.
And thankful to our sponsors, Spreadshirt. They are just sending me another one. So I'm gonna be watching that tracking package on a hawk. I'm gonna be staring at that shit. What
As you should, as you should. And the fact is, first of all, it's a damn shame that yes, this is the time of year where people get real touches with people packages. But the good thing too is to deal with you're dealing with the company Spreadshirt, which is our merch sponsor, our merch maker. They, what I'm saying, they got some understanding and customer service that didn't come at you with, oh, what you mean? What happened? How we know that it didn't really get to you? Child, please just make another one. What's the problem? Wasn't an
Yeah,
issue, right? And it damn sure wasn't an issue. So that's a good thing. I'm glad for sure for you there wasn't an issue. But other than that shit, what's going on with you? I mean, shit, you got shows coming up. I hear you. I see you posted a flyer. I think it's for next week, right?
Yes, ma'am. So you know what? It's not even like I want to shout out last Sunday. Also Queen Faya. She's amazing. We got to get her on here too. But it's like
Word.
I've gotten to a point with this whole industry and these shows and all this shit to the point
Mm,
I don't want to be running the whole damn thing. I don't want to be the one to seek out a venue. I don't want to have to worry about ticket sales and none of that shit. I'd rather just come in and rock. And so I think what's interesting, it's funny how life tends to flip. Because
mm,
when I started off, I mean, my brother is a better rapper than I am, and I don't care. It's fine. There's no competition. But
right.
I started off being his manager.
Okay.
That is shit. But let's just say I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna put my shit out there, dude. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It was like trial and error. I thought like it's like, girl, just because you've worked a couple of corporate jobs don't mean that you can manage a motherfucking artist. Just because I have the gift of gab, it got me in some places, but honestly, it was like the most humbling experience. And I had to
Mm,
really tell myself, girl, you don't know shit about what you're doing right now. And
word.
thank God he pretty much fired me. This motherfucker, he said he started doing his own thing, and he's like, I ain't letting this bitch fuck my shit up. Now,
Right.
eventually, he became a father. Like he was a father, but he had more children, and he had to focus on that. But he's still a motherfucking beast. Those bars ain't going nowhere. That creativity
Uh-huh.
nowhere. Like he can always tap in. I have this so anyways, rewinding back, I mean fast forwarding to present day, I went through a whole breakdown, a nervous breakdown to be able to make music. There was something that I've always had like this interest in it, but
Mm,
like you it wasn't nothing, you know what I'm saying? And right now it means so much to me. It means a lot in terms of like the outlet, the creative outpouring, and being a conduit of creative energy.
yeah.
Also, it's like once you get your heart broken for real, babies, you will be able to write a song. You'll write a poem. You'll write something.
Word.
But
Word.
where did that shit go?
And the fact is, and yes, sometimes it's, I guess it's bad and good that some creative, you know energy comes out of a heartbreak or something, something bad happened to you, like it shouldn't have to be like that. But then again, sometimes it is like that with something really deep, something really profound, something really like fucking earth shaking comes along, and it makes you sit there and think, and then in order for you to process what the hell happened, and how to get over it and get through it, you end up having to write a song or a poem, or even a book. Shit, even a book, bitch. Stop playing.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Whatever that creative outlet, that's so beautiful. A book is not an easy feat by any measure. I don't care how big or whatever. Or how many pages I should say. It's about the taking something from absolutely nothing. Type shit. And at this
Mhm.
point, who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna tell me that I can't? Who's gonna tell you can't? You know,
Word.
I'm
Exactly.
so pumped. Oh my gosh, sometimes I'm like, dang girl, what's next? Like, I feel like I could I don't want to be a boxer, but I want to like do the training that it entails to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a,
And,
you know.
and the training to do what? A boxer, you said.
Yeah, just like
Oh my God! Speaking of which, of course, I didn't get to see Mike Tyson's fight, but I've heard through the grapevine. I heard through the grapevine that he lost and whatnot, and people are talking shit based on the fact of how he lost. But at the end of the day, you got to remember that this is he's past 50 years old. First of all, second of all, you know what I'm saying? The person that he was fighting was somebody that was at least 30 years younger than him. And then on top of the fact that it takes a whole lot of training, stamina, and good eating to stay up in a fight. And for him to last 8 rounds, knowing that he is puffing hella good Chiba, because remember, he got his own strain, so he's smoking the Chiba that's coming from the grounds that he has cultivated his motherfucking self. So when you put all of that plus a man that is over 50, shit, if anything, he actually won that fight. If you really want to call it, he won that shit. Because the bottom line is you're not looking at the what made him versus what made this white boy YouTuber that came out of nowhere. Like, let's be real. Like, boxing is not an easy fucking sport. Hell the fuck no.
Hell no, it's not. And you know what? My theory, hey, I could be dead ass wrong, but the way that it adds up to my intuitive nature, I would say, is that maybe the possibility of him getting paid more to lose, you know what I mean, to not win.
Word.
I don't, the sports and everything, no disrespect to you sport fanatics, because my family are some heavy hitting sports fanatics. Like, it's like gang, you know what I'm saying? These are fucking gangs. Some of them are more dangerous. Like, damn, I'm sorry I said that about the shit. But it's like, okay. And the reason why I say that is because when I found out, because I have my own favorite teams, when I found out that motherfuckers was paying other motherfuckers, whoever, whatever, to do whatever that wasn't in the integrity of that game, you lost me, bruh. Like, I don't give a fuck about nothing. And I love boxing. I actually have some uncles, great uncles and grandfathers who have been boxers. My dad was a boxer.
Oh, word? Okay.
About boxing as the love for what it is, not for any publicity stunt. And shout out to Mike Tyson, man, because he's sexy as hell. I don't give a fuck how old that man is. I would do nasty shit to him if he would let me, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I might not be his cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? But I would let him hit, for real, dude. Way before that white dude would get it. But I think, I'm just saying, he's also humbled himself quite a bit. I think Mike Tyson has kind of removed certain lenses when it comes to this Matrix shit. So if I was him, I would, dude, at least this motherfucker didn't knock me out. You know what I'm saying? No one embarrassed him.
Oh shit, he wasn't gonna get that. I didn't even have to watch that fight to know you wasn't gonna get to knock out Mike Tyson. No. Matter of fact, if you walked into that motherfucking ring thinking that you was gonna knock out Mike Tyson, you clearly was on some psychedelic drugs, bro. Because nowhere in hell would that have happened. Trust and believe. Shit. Matter of fact, it was just earlier today that I saw the clip of when he stepped on Mike Tyson's foot and Mike Tyson smacked the shit out of him. It was just like, whoa, yeah. I just earlier today I got to see that clip. So baby, I know for a fact you wasn't walking in there thinking you was knocking him out. No. You knew there was gonna be a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? You knew it was gonna be a treacherous fight. You knew when he hit you, you was gonna feel that shit. But the fact that he won, I'm assuming by points. Definitely by points. What am I saying? Because
they won 8 rounds.
Yeah, it's either points or knockout, and you couldn't have knocked them out, so you definitely got the points. You know what I mean? And again, you got the points because this is a over 50-year-old man that smokes weed. The fuck? No matter how much training he went through, the man smoked weed now. You know what I mean? And we all slow down after 50. I know that for a fact. I'm experiencing it right now, motherfucker. We slow down after 50. So Who? You better be. If anything, you better humble yourself and be glad that you stood 8 rounds with Mike Tyson. That's what you better do. You
That is a huge honor that he would even entertain
maintain
your
your little funky
advantage.
black ass. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But you're not black. But still, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, though. But shit, that had me bugging. I ain't gonna front. I didn't expect him to get knocked out, but in the midst of talking about that, because last night I was at the store buying some rolling paper, some rolling papers for my weed. You know what I'm saying? And I bumped into um oh man, what the fuck is her name? Oh, that's fucked up because now I can't remember her name. See, now I gotta look at the phone to remember her name because it's terrible because I that's the only way I'm gonna remember her name, and and it's not that. Oh, Posh, remember Posh? Yes, Posh.
Shout out Paper Pie.
Shout out Paper Posh and yo, I bumped into her and she had this tattoo on her face. And literally, when I saw her, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is that on your face? You got a tattoo?" She was like, "No, I'm doing it." And she did like some, like you know what I mean, like some henna paint on her face, just for like the Mike Tyson fight and whatnot. I was just like, "Oh, okay, girl." Yeah, and not for nothing, girl. I just tell you, every time I see you, you just be, you give me like you busy and you all over the place. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the main things that I can say I like about you, but at the same time I'll be like, what the fuck is on this girl's mind? Because she be all over the place every time I see her. But but yeah, I had bumped into her yesterday at the store and shit and whatnot, and she was just basically just talking about the going to see the fight and whatnot, and trying to get some weed before she go in the house and whatnot. So I was like, yeah. But at the same time, I was just like, the tattoo on her face is strange, and then the fact that she was just talking to me about where she was going, I was just like, girl, you are very very busy. You are always busy.
Man, shout out to Paper Posh. Shout out to the journey of getting to know yourself. You know what I'm saying? I know that I've been down a lot of different phases too. It took a while to be comfortable with myself at 3 a.m. In the morning. You feel
Oh
me?
my God, yes.
Like it's gonna take a journey, and I think that when you are like 20 years old and plus, and you feel like you still have responsibilities as an adult, but you are still a child, I would
Mm,
say, to some degree. There's even times where I feel like a child and I'm 41. You know what I mean? But how much more then would I have felt like a child at that age? And
yeah.
so it could be very, it could be very confusing. And since we had, shout out to Amethyst, man. Amethyst.
Oh my gosh, shout out to Amethyst.
I fucking love her because she really opened up my own mind to my own multiple personalities. Like
Mm,
I was I was questioning myself, like, how are you able to be in all of these spaces? What's like, why would you question that? Why is that a question? Why can't all of these things be true about you and it still be genuine?
Yo, let me tell you something. The other again, one of the things that I always say is everything happens for a reason.
Oh,
And one of the things that I have come across my timeline when it comes to social media is this one dude who says that when he has a meeting with the 12 people in his head, such and such things happen. And when I look at that, I say, yo, real talk, you have more. I don't think that anybody out here working the way that they're doing, especially if they're working and their parents, and they're also creatives of their own on things on the side, you know what I'm saying, and still trying to maintain control of everything, still working a 9 to 5 somewhere, and you know what I'm saying, and doing all these extra things, whether it's going to school, whether it's working a separate job, or your creative actually brings you money. you gotta have separate personalities for all that shit. You gotta have separate personalities for all that shit. Like for instance, when you walk onto these 9 to 5 plantations, you gotta have the politically correct personality to match with that bullshit in order to get along and be in that space and get that check. And then there's a personality that you are with your friends. You know what I'm saying? That's the more loose you, more real you, and you know what I'm saying. And you express more depending on who the fuck the people are in the first place. Then there's your parentism. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how you handle it, is the personality that the kids get. You feel me? It's all, and all of us are living in this one space. Like just the other day, I was walking, I was saying something to myself. This dude was walking next to me. He was like, "Who you talking to?" I was like, "I'm talking to the person next to me." He was like, "Who is that?" I said, "That's me. I'm the person." There's always, it's me walking with me, watching out for me, talking to me. I'm talking to the fuck. Well, we talk. We the experts in this bitch. So we talk. We having a conversation. We having a meeting. This is a corporate function. HR is meeting to get, somebody might get fired. You know what I'm saying? The fuck that, like all of us. I feel like all of us have, you know, walk with different, you know what I'm saying, roles that we know we got to perform in certain roles. Therefore, you could call that different personalities. You could definitely divide that, because the fact is you can't be the same person everywhere. You can't, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta pretend a certain way amongst corporate America. You got to. You know what I mean? You gotta play their role, play their game, and you know, and talk they talk. Well, amongst your peoples, you talk another talk. You know what I'm saying? Amongst your neighborhood, you talk another talk. Your family, you talk another talk. You know what I mean? There's different talks everywhere you in every interaction that you have as a person. You know what I mean? And you as the, you know, this, the body, the mind, the soul. This is how you maintain all the motherfuckers in your head. This is exactly so. I think, you know, the whole idea of having, you know, more than one personality, that, like, let's be real, we all do that. We all have to behave certain ways in certain environments. So we could definitely refer that to as a personality, because while you in that space, however long you in that space, you got to behave a certain way. Or you know, you putting yourself to behave a certain way based on the environment.
Real talk.
Real talk.
I was on a panel. I saw a few DJs like in a conversation, like on Instagram Live. I felt compelled to join them just to like hear what they was talking about, because if I feel like the elements of hip hop are so, I would say, like, I don't feel like everybody like remembers how important graffiti and DJing is. And in fact, Queen right here can probably tell you more about the history of hip hop than I can. But back in the day, it was all about the DJ, right? Exactly. The DJ spit is how I'm understanding it. DJ spitting. Then we got shout out to my brother June for putting me up on this knowledge, where he said, yeah, it was all about the DJ. And then, you know, he had his homeboy over there, but whatever. And obviously musically it became the beautiful what it is. But excuse me, I say all that to say that if there are any like artists right now, especially with all this fuck shit that's going on and how a lot of industry shit is fake, this is a beautiful time for us to like rise from the ashes from just talent. And that's why I give it up to people like Jaguar Wright and her whole push towards cruelty-free music. I'm gonna also adopt that while I'm navigating through these things. Like, I'm gonna be putting up this project, Queen, that's called Be You. It's just 5 full tracks, right? And it's all just me. Like, I have no features. I have nothing else. And it's not because I want to show off. It's just because I have nothing to, like, there's nothing that I can depend on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't hire DJ Khaled or J. Cole to make my shit pop. It's all me. It's on me on the hook. It's whatever. And the only thing that I can't take responsibility for is the beats. That's it.
Right.
And so, but I'm not gonna sell it. I'm just gonna give it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna finish the mixing and mastering process. I'm just gonna put it out there. And then my focus is gonna be towards like where can this be synced to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sync music. Shout out to Vince Staples. Yeah, Vince Staples. He was giving us some game on some like how he just made his bread.
Mm.
It's a whole nother, you can take on a whole nother trajectory. And where I was saying that, yeah, this is a hobby for me. Like I'm not trying to just be the number one famous Samoan rapper. That's not my that's not at all. That's actually really corny, you feel me? But I feel like I wouldn't feel good about myself if I didn't do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, and see the whole idea of you putting out music just because you love music, you love doing music, and love, making, which what is honestly, cruelty free. I mean, honestly, the music you're making is cruelty free music. It's definitely under that umbrella. And to be honest, as an old head, I would love for rap music, especially, to go back to its origins. Yeah, y'all motherfuckers could be talk about, what I'm saying, what's new is new and what's the past is the past. But let's be real, the music that I listened to growing up, and nobody wasn't talking about, like you hardly heard about fucking motherfuckers is talking about these cars and these and chicks is like, just the other day I was listening to MC Light do an interview, and she said that back in the day, before, like when trap music was coming out, like she was at some club and they played a song where the dude was talking about bitches and hoes, and she walked up to the DJ and was like, "Yo, change that, take that off." Take
bro,
that off. And he took it off. You know what I'm saying? And
I
nowadays,
would too if she was asking.
you know what I'm saying? And nowadays you can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't do that, because that's the new trend. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's the new trend when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, these dudes spitting and these females is spitting. Like just like it still boggles my fucking brain that fucking sexy dirty ass red is singing about dirty buttholes, and she is making millions. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the ratchetness of how music is going now, and just, just the extreme, extreme, just you're talking about this chain, this jewelry, and these cars and all this shit, and it's like half of the time when you really find out, you borrowing that jewelry, like that jewelry was lent to you, or if it is yours, the motherfucker is coming out your contract. So at the end of the day, you got to keep working in order to pay back the contract, because the contract is robbing you. And then when you add the whole Diddy situation, and how he's been in the business for 20 odd years, and all the people that stretch up amongst his, long stretch of hands in all people's business when it came to music, you when you look at that, you also say to yourself, so a lot of y'all motherfuckers was selling y'all souls in order to get to this level. And for me, it's got me looking at rap music nowadays, like on some fugazi shit. Like y'all really, like every one of y'all is on some fugazi shit. Like I can't even respect the music no more, because I know it was all about. I know that the foundation of it was all fucking greediness and evilness and
Puppeteer, yep.
and it's this
People at the top.
puppeteer type of shit, and it's like, to buy into that, or to like a lot of, like Jaguar was saying, you looking up to these people, you looking up to them, and you thinking that they big shit, but when you really realize that they did some really dirty ass shit to get to where they at. and and
All fake.
and then when it goes all the way back to all money ain't good money. Like you can't feel good. Like when you hear about, bitches flying to Dubai to be with rich men, and the rich men is pissing and shitting on them and doing all kind of fuck shit for money. Like all money ain't good money. Like how you look into your soul knowing that you did some fuck shit for this money, and still try to come out and make yourself look like you the shit, and people should be, trying to be like you, and not knowing what you fucking what you sacrificed, and all the things you were willing to do, and how low you was willing to go just to get to that bread. Like that's why I really call between Cat Williams and fucking Jaguar, right? Is the we in revelation right now. We are definitely in revelation right now. You know what I mean? Revelation is out there. You thinking your business is safe? No. Everybody business coming out the street. Everybody business. Everybody. Nobody's safe. And the music needs to, and in order for the music industry to be looked at genuinely now, honestly, to even be looked at genuinely now, you gotta go back to you gotta look back at the shit back in the days, or you gotta just erase this new shit and start clearly over from the beginning, cruelty free, like Jaguar said, just cruelty free.
Focus on the talent. Just
Ask to
God-given
be on,
talent.
you know what I'm saying, to be on tour with somebody. Like nobody's selling, nobody's is putting their mama's life on a contract to you know what I mean? Nobody's doing that bullshit. No.
And I couldn't even say, like, even though I made some mistakes, they weren't mistakes like that. They was mistakes like not knowing what to charge, like not getting the contract right, not getting the licensing, the excuse me, getting the money aspect. You know what I mean? But I feel like in my own just in my own way, it's always been cruelty free. It's never been about that shit. So we're just putting a label on it because shit's just gotten so nasty and murky. You know
Word.
what I'm saying? I feel sorry for Mr. Combs, honestly. Not on some like I think he needs to be off the hook of anything. It's more like, dang, like you got a whole slogan where your name is attached to something shameful. And that is crazy that somebody could just pull the plug. One day you're this and the next day you're not. So it's like that's why we all have to like think back, like just as humans, everybody who can take a shit,
Mm-hmm.
some food, we need to ask ourselves, like, damn, like what am I like? Am I really reaching my goals? Am I really doing something that I'm proud of? You
Am
know?
I involved in some shit that karma is not going to, you know what I'm saying? Am I involved in some shit that karma is going to at some point look back at me and say, it's your turn now? You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what I feel is happening to him. It's like he's done so much dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like he's over the years, he's done so much dirt. And at some point he pissed somebody off where they just letting the floodgates open, and the floodgates are wide open right now. The floodgates are wide open, and it's like, you know what I mean, even most recently they've been talking about, he's still trying to he's still in jail trying to make phone calls through, other inmates names and accounts and shit, in order to sway people his way. And it's like, yo, bruh, it's whatever the fuck you did, it's a wrap. It's like somebody decided to put a cap on your shit because you obviously went too fucking far. And the main question in the street is, who you gonna snitch on? Because it's not like he did it by himself. It's not like he ain't had witnesses. It's not like people don't know shit. And again, there's all these tapes that people keep talking about. The fact to me, because tapes, if we not talking, We talking DVDs. We talk. I mean, not DVDs. We talking motherfucking VHS tapes. Oh, some people are that are around at this age don't even know what the fucking a VH what? 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 Yes, VHS. Okay, motherfucking shit that was this fucking thick. The fuck out of here. A lot of motherfuckers don't know what the fuck is. So to have those out and to have something that you could stick that shit in and figure out what the fuck is on it, who is on it, and that that whole shit right there is part of Revelations, and that's the time that we're living in right now. Your business, you trying to put your business under a rock, and the rock is getting up and running away from your business. So somebody gonna see your business under that rock, because that rock ain't gonna hide your
Yeah.
business no more.
And
No.
on some real shit, there's a lot of lawsuits that don't even catch the media attention.
Word.
It's like, yeah, I mean, we don't even have to be experts on the matter to know you piss some people in very high places in the media off, or in some
Somewhere,
fashion, or with deep ass pockets that
somewhere
are
you piss
connected.
somebody off.
And
Somewhere
that's
you
that's
piss
what it
somebody.
is. And for that, it's just like, at some point, I wish that people could just deal with their own legal matters behind, as they will. But of course, people just want to make a whole issue on someone's downfall. And then just from a human place, it's just like, it don't feel good seeing somebody that's down, like getting beat up and stomped on still. You feel me? I just, maybe that's just the Honolulu. You feel me? But I don't know. Wait, people do sick things, but it's like, okay, then fucking bring it all out. Don't just pin it on one person because you mad at a bad business deal, homie. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, no.
Questions, yeah.
Nah, but that's not how that apparently that's not how this shit either that's not how that shit work, or you piss somebody off to the point where they said fuck that. Nah, you went too far. Nah, bitch, you went too fucking far. And so now we feel like we not whatever the fuck we was protecting you about, we not gonna protect you no more. Fuck that.
Dang,
It is what it is. Like whatever happened to you, fam. Whatever happened to you happened to you.
dang,
We
yeah.
not here. We not here. And it ain't like your man ain't trying to. Your man is pulling out law. Your man is definitely trying to put in paperwork left and right, hiring new lawyers, this, that, trying to do
Yeah,
everything
pull
to
the strings to,
to, to see if they could
damage
if he
control.
appeal and find a way to leave jail. And they like, nah, fam, you gonna sit in jail until, because your trial date ain't to when, April 2025. Yeah, you gonna have to sit down.
The
Now you
sad thing is
gonna
that
have
you
to
don't
sit down.
hear nobody like vouching for him. Like, nah, he's a stand-up dude, because it's like, who have you made rich other than yourself?
No, but but see, that's the thing. The he's trying, because they caught him trying to like get his family and do publicity stunts to make it, to draw some kind of attention towards him so that people won't people be, ain't nobody mad at him. They trying to make him look like he a good dad and everything. And it's like they done figured out that you done trying to pull schemes and trying to pull wolves over people's eyes. So they looking at you like, hold on. So you in jail and still trying to get over? Okay, so this is why we're gonna have to keep you in here. And then when it's time to go to trial, we're gonna put all this evidence together against you. Like, when
Lordy,
it and
Lord.
at the end of the day, or everything you doing until then, they get to add more charges. Like, you stupid, you don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy, but no, yeah. That's how that should go. But on this end, the what is making me sick, I'm gonna tell you. But between the weather switching up every 2 seconds, and the fact that fucking you go in these stores or you go in a place of business that you got to do business in, and they got a goddamn Christmas tree up, and you looking at them like motherfucker, we ain't even past Thanksgiving. I Why is this tree up right now? We not no. You got Christmas decorations up for what? For what? Like you play
Capitalism.
too much.
Love it.
You play too much.
Commercialism.
The
That's what my daughter said the other. Sheila said that. She's like, "Why are there Christmas decorations?" Like, girl, because they're trying to sell us stuff. That's why.
They're trying to sell us stuff.
Yeah,
They're
you're
trying to
gonna.
get you to get your list together to come in the stores and spend all the money that you ain't got. Because at the end of the day, have we gotten paid more money? Have we gotten paid more money? But no, you go in the supermarket, the motherfucking eggs is $5.19. Wait a minute, the eggs is $5.19, $5.39, $5.99. Whoa. Whoa, you know what I mean? Like the food more expensive, and on top of the fact that ain't nobody, it's true. When you do get help from the government, you got to fight hard to get that help, because they damn sure want to look at you and say, give us a reason to turn you down. Just give us a reason. Just provide anything that's going to turn you down, and we're going to clip you off real quick, real quick.
I heard. You know what I heard today about New York is that y'all have the best water. Is that true?
Child, they say that, but for the most part, I mean, I ain't gonna front like I don't cook with the water, but at the end of the day, for the most part, people buy water like a motherfucker. That's what the fuck I know I do, is buy water like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? And as crazy as it sounds, it really does feel like I'm drinking better water when I'm buying bottled water. It really does. You know what I mean? Even though, of course, when I'm cooking, I absolutely do use the water out of the sink. I mean, let's be honest. But
And I heard that New York has the best water. Oregon is second. For some reason, I don't know. And then you guys make the best bagels and shit because that's the best water. This is what I heard
oh
from a
shit.
trusted source.
Well, I ain't gonna lie on the bagels. The bagels be on point. You know what I'm saying? Damn sure bagels out here be on point. Yeah. Shit. And then
Some y'all bread and
I gotta
shit.
tell you, and I gotta tell you a funny, because yes, well, no, today's Sunday. So Friday, I'm at this job, and we having a meeting is, and it was like the whole meeting was just four of us, just all four females, and one of the girls we having a meeting with, she live in Atlanta, and when I tell you, I got so comfortable in the conversation because I'm asking her about Atlanta, and I was getting ready to 2 seconds into the conversation after asking her, how is living in Atlanta, how how's the weather and shit. I was getting ready to ask her, yo, how's the weed out there? But then as soon as I said it to myself, I was like, wait a minute, you do realize you on a plantation at this time. You ain't supposed to ask those type of questions, because this ain't this ain't an interview on
This
the
ain't
podcast.
the environment that's gonna appreciate that.
Ain't nobody else gonna appreciate that question but you.
Hell nah. I don't care. I don't even care if they do it themselves. They're not going to be.
That question would have had everybody looking at me like, oh, and I was like, oh
Right.
yeah, well, I'm sorry. I forgot. I got too comfortable. I got way too comfortable right here.
Yeah.
I figured, I'm asking questions. I figure I'm trying to get to know her. I'm gonna ask her a real question. Like, how's the weed over there?
Which
Um,
is, Queen, a real question, a very valid question at
it's a
that,
valid fucking
which
question.
we all would really like to know.
It's a valid fucking question. That's something I would not have a problem with asking somebody from another state. Fuck you mean? How's the weed out there? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I have a question for you. How's
Okay.
your sex drive at this age going? Like what have you been noticing that you didn't have in your 40s?
You know what? I could. You know what's funny is that at this time I could actually go without it, and not even notice it for a minute. Like I could actually go a couple of days and be like, oh shit, say what? Damn, like I just be going to sleep, huh? We just be going to sleep, yeah. Shit. But then I look around and say, yo, people be tired because I mean, let's be honest. You know what I mean? Especially, when you ride trains. Because before where I worked at before, I definitely, because of the distance, I would be able to take a little nap on the train. Yes, that sounds crazy based on how New York City trains get down. But yes, a nap is possible. And the amount of traveling that I used to have to do, I used to get in a nap or two, but the spot I'm at now, there ain't really no nap time on the train, and then the way the bus is going, you really don't want to fucking fall asleep on no bus because that shit will get so comfortable that shit'll be past your stop, and New York City bus drivers don't give two fucks. Like you should have woke up at your stop, and so you know what I mean. So I don't get too comfortable on traveling to the plantation and traveling back. I make sure to stay awake and shit. But you know what I mean. By the time you get home, figure out what you want to eat and. Sometimes TV, sometimes not, because shit. See, that's another thing that be pissing me off. I'm paying for cable TV and don't be watching the shit because they don't be having nothing for me to watch. So 9 times out of 10, I end up being in the house watching YouTube and shit. You know what I mean? We end up scrolling through social media and getting entertainment through that and shit. And then people go to sleep and wake up the next morning and go, good morning, and everybody got to go where they need to go. So I have noticed that I could go a couple days and go, oh, say word, it's been 3-4 days, and neither one of us. But at the end of the day, we respect the fact that people, you know what I mean. It's definitely takes energy to exert, and then when there's times when motherfuckers just want to go to fuck to sleep, and we enjoy a good cuddle and a good night and a slight kiss, and then everybody's knocked the fuck out in their corner.
Yeah.
Knock the fuck out, because I mean there are times, especially when I'm getting migraines too. Shit, there are times where I specifically know all I'm doing. When I get in the house, oh no, I'm getting something to eat. I'm gonna get them something to eat. I'm gonna smoke a little something. I'm going to bed. I don't want nobody to talk to me. I don't want nobody to touch me. I just want to go to bed. And you just be focused on that shit, and that's all the fuck I do. So I think it's not even just. And so I think it's just about the fact that people be tired. People be tired, and you let your body remind you all of a sudden, like, oh shit, yeah, I might need some dick. Yeah, yeah, I think, yeah, it's been, you know what I mean?
Girl, I be having these backaches, and the only thing that will solve it sometimes is, excuse me, I've noticed is like if I have like a good couple of orgasms, and then I go and I twist my back, and you just hear,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And it's like, because I feel like, I don't know, it's my own like self therapy healing shit, and it works every time.
and it could be also part of how you laying down on your bed too, because I mean, I be thinking too. That's how sometimes I get backaches, is because of how I end up laying in one spot too long and not even realizing until I wake up the next morning. It's like, oh shit, that's always fuckery. Waking up in pain from sleep, like.
Oh, it could be a number of things. I also have to work on my posture.
Mm,
So I think that will improve as well. I'm looking into other methods of helping my back in terms of because there's a disc situation. You know, we have the
mhm.
discs in our spine.
Right.
There's a situation there that needs to be repaired, but I think anything can be healed, with the proper treatment. So
That's true.
I'm looking into some things there because your back's important, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, you can't function without it.
and I don't want to be in pain and I don't want to have to experience and I don't want it to get worse furthermore. Okay, I asked that sex question. Do you have any sex questions for a single, vivacious woman?
Shit, I would like to know how are you doing okay. How are you handling your situation based on where you live at, based on your environment, based on what choices are available? Because yes, your horniness might lead you to choose the wrong thing, but at the same time we also, because we're growing, we're grown women, and we're growing, and we know ourselves, we know what's good for us and what's bad for us. We also are not listening to that voice. We're trying to you know hone in on good decisions when it comes to you know sex and needing intimacy with another person, and getting to know another person, and even tolerating somebody, because like at the end of all of that, it also got to do with the choices available in your within your circle, because I know you ain't driving no more and shit like that, and I'm imagining Oregon is a lot like fucking Seattle, where you got to somebody got to be throwing some hot shit, and everybody got to be there in order for you to understand what's the variety level. Cause real talk, I still remember like not only the only time I actually knew what kind of people and how much people was in Seattle was like at big events like comedy shows, or like the fucking weed fest. That's the only way you got to see what's out there. Other than that, it wasn't just walking down the fucking street. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just in the fucking supermarket. Like, you know what I mean? It was few and far between. I'm imagining Oregon is got to be a lot like that. It's got to be. It's just got to be. So, what is your available choices, and how are you handling this shit? Cause damn.
Girl, well, specifically from this perspective, I've been attracted to one person, a white person, since
Mm,
I've been out here. Not to say that I haven't had some advances, but what does that matter if I'm not attracted, right?
right. So,
Also, I noticed that it's not only the black brothers, but like the Samoans and the Polys.
mm,
They date a lot of snow bunnies. You know what I'm saying?
of
And so
course
that's
they
just
do. Of course they do. And that's one of the things I didn't like about Seattle too. It's like all the black men out there, it definitely was running to the white chicks. And no matter how the white chicks looked, it was just like, damn, you don't see what I see, because I see her and she don't look like
well, from this perspective, it's like there's kind of this attitude that comes with it. It's not the fact that you want to date on some white meat. That's not just that. It's
mm,
your whole fucking attitude. Where it's like, damn, motherfucker, are you even proud to be melanated? Do you know how rich you are and how lucky she is, how lucky he is? Because you're looking like you're just happy that you're invited to the bland cookout, just to reverse.
exactly.
You know what I'm
The,
saying?
the, the,
You
the
look
potato
so
salad
happy
with
to
the
be there,
raisins.
brother. And hey, that's why I included my Polynesians in there. I'm not talking shit about nobody. But
Mm,
when you come to a point where society has not accepted you for
mm,
years and hasn't accepted your ancestors and have had they're pretty much exploiting your talents and all that shit,
mm,
right? There's this continual thing where it's like you feel like you hit the gold with that shit. Fuck out of here. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna diss nobody, but fuck out of here, because that mentality is what dries my pussy up like fried seaweed. It's just like numb, zero moisture. And I don't
Yeah.
care how good you look. I don't care what you got, and I don't care how sparkling of a personality you have, because that one piece, bro, sucks.
Yo, and see, that's what I'm saying. It's like you kind of like, yes, you don't want to judge people because you don't know what how people's lives
Yeah.
is. But that's what it looks like. That's literally what it looks like when you just happy to be amongst this white chick, and you don't, and you know she don't look like nothing. She look like garbage. Like
No,
the
and you think you're better than people.
garbage, and you just happy to be skipping along with her and her parents. You know what I'm saying? And mixing your genes to make some some mixed child that's gonna be confused trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, where they need to be and who they can hang out with. You know what I mean? Like no, like no, like no. You know what I mean?
Only to be, only to be sneak checking Pornhub for just black asses twerking. Because that's what
Right.
everybody really wants.
I mean,
And
let's
I'm
be
sorry, no
honest.
diss to anybody, dude, but dude, it's so ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And
One
it's
moment,
like,
I'm just gonna do something real quick.
oh, go ahead. But yo, it's like it's crazy. It is so fucking crazy for the whole fucking and when you see, I mean, come on now. When you see shit like that, when you actually see that the relationship it's all about the fact that you because you just with this white chick. Like I remember being told about this dude who literally just chilled at home, didn't do shit, played games, literally played games all day, walked the dog. You know what I'm saying? That's what he did. He played video games and walked the dog. He would get some little pretend jobs every now and then. You know what I'm saying? But he always got fired from the pretend job. But no, white girl worked a good job, therefore she worked from home. Therefore, she paid all the bills, and it was like, you know what I'm saying, and she tolerated him because you know what I mean, because he was husband. But it's like he was just with her because the fact is she was letting him do whatever the fuck he wanted to do, and it's like, girl, you don't see this man using you. But that's the kind, and that's the kind of relationships that I would see on that side of the coast all the time. And it's like, you know what I mean, call what you wanted, you know what I mean,
And
if it's
I don't like how they see like these type of people's attitudes that we're talking about. They're like looking down on their own people at the same time, where it's like, how much more can you hate yourself? Maybe that I already asked that question. But it's like,
basically.
I can't respect it, and I would never be led by something that doesn't know where they come from, doesn't have pride in it, and can speak about it and die on that. Like, who the fuck? I could never follow somebody like that.
No, that's the it's and
Just
and
to break it down, you know what I mean? Since we you know,
And at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you definitely, you definitely, it definitely shows if the relationship goes sour. If the relationship goes sour, and any kind of words exchanged, then that's when it's, oh, you was with this nigga, and it's like, oh. And if you had children with them, then they want to call the children the nigga children, and it's like, and you didn't even. And then it's like, at the same time, you telling yourself that you didn't realize that they was thinking about you like that all through the whole fucking relationship in the first place. You ain't realized, you know what I mean, because you was always under the spell of, I'm part of the family, so I'm good. Fuck around, you probably not good, fam. Fuck around, you probably not good, but shit, love is however it lands in these people's faces. I know for me, I never really was, never had no interest in that bullshit, and couldn't do it for myself. Couldn't do it for
Yeah,
myself.
I mean, and then we're not. I don't think I'm generalizing either. Like I think we all can agree.
High storm in the building. Motherhood sex marijuana. Rolling papers in the building. Motherhood sex marijuana. Merch in the building. If you're here, we thank you, and we most certainly appreciate you. But we want you to spread the word, tell a friend, subscribe, make sure and get yourself some rolling papers. And of course, if you want to sponsor an episode, if you want to be on an episode, if you have products you want to show us that we want to show the people, come through. You feel me? Motherhood sex marijuana rolling papers, merch, YouTube, subscribe, fight all the algorithms and let us get in. Yeah.
And we all know what time it is for people with that mentality. Again, don't whoever's watching this and wants to ignorantly come for
Oh
me.
no, don't come for us. We said what the fuck we said.
Yeah, we said,
our opinions is our opinions.
It's our opinion. And then furthermore, it's like this is like a pretty much a wake-up call, if anything. It's not a judgment call as much as it is if you are a person who happens to think like that, or who's found yourself in a situation like that, you can still flip it and you can still get back to basics and back to what's natural and what's real and what's wholesome, which is being with your own people that understand you. Now, do I think that people cannot have a successful relationship with a Caucasian person? No, I'm not saying that. I just told you I was attracted to one.
No, not at all. But at the same
You
time,
know,
when you go cross, okay. My thing is this: when you go in a relationship with a person that's not in your race, then don't make it to the point. First of all, always represent what you are. Always represent how what you represent amongst them. Don't all of a sudden blend in with them and want to blend in to the point where you think you one of them. Don't do that. That's one thing I ain't never respect. And I damn sure don't respect if you have kids, if both of y'all have kids and you decide that and you want to raise the child, you know what I'm saying, just white, just to be comfortable amongst their white family, or and just downplay their blackness, or or Spanishness, whatever the fuck the other half is. It shouldn't be downplayed. Like you shouldn't, I shouldn't hear in this day and age, I shouldn't hear a black woman say that she had a baby with a white man, and she never had given her child any kind of black education, or talk to her about her blackness, or promoted her blackness in any kind of way. Like it was always like she's always been amongst her white family, or her white father, white cousins and whatnot. Therefore all she know is their shit, and none of her shit. Nah, I don't respect that either. Like at the end of the day, they like both should be respected. Both should be, you know what I'm saying? Like it should be
appreciated.
Yeah, both should be appreciated. It shouldn't be where, you know what I'm saying, and if there's a child that you know what I mean, she's mixed, and they want to be, you know what I'm saying, they want to lean more to their white side or lean to more their black side, that's cool. But as long as they got knowledge on both, it shouldn't be just because they got knowledge on one, and so that's all they know, and then that's all they should be around. You know what I mean? Like, no, it should be a full a full 360 education about yourself, so that you know how to handle yourself and you know how to represent yourself going forward. Like, you shouldn't downplay your blackness, you shouldn't downplay your whiteness. Like, if you black and Chinese, or black and Jamaican, or I mean Chinese and Jamaican, or something like that. Like, you shouldn't downplay either one to please any fucking body. You know
Real
what I'm
talk.
saying?
And you know what? There's also there's also a sad reality that I will share on a personal tip. I don't allow my kids to be with, I don't raise them around my whole family. It's not because I feel necessarily that my family would do them any harm intentionally, but
Right.
because we've all been programmed to worship this white lifestyle. Or wait, hold on, this white culture, okay? This
Mhm.
culture of, or this American culture, whatever. It's white, it's American. I was taught as a young age to look at that as being more favorable. In fact, my mom, and she didn't give me a hard time about it, but she wasn't thrilled when she found out that my baby daddy was of a certain descent. And that
Mm.
just is what it is. I can't change it. And don't come for me because I didn't make this up.
Word.
With that said, like, I don't allow my king and my queens to be around certain people. Why? Because you don't deserve the beautiful energy that they bring. And I will be damned if any of these motherfuckers make them feel like less when they're
Word.
greater than. You feel me? And I'm not, the only reason why I say greater than is when someone tries to compare them being less. That's the only time where I'll be like, man, how can you say that when they better than you? You know what I'm saying? Just
Exactly.
off rip. Forget who their parents are. They're already better than whoever their parents are. So as well as your kids, they're already
Right.
better than you, which is what you want anyway.
Exactly.
They're the improved design. Why? And for people to be so jealous of their kids, oh, I can't stand that. Like, stay the fuck away from me, because I think you've already lost the battle, yo. Like, I think
Word.
that's crazy. And
Word.
that's the only time I'll judge somebody, if they're jealous of their kid, or like trying to really mess their kid up intentionally.
Which is like, what the fuck did you bring the motherfucker in the world for? To treat him some kind of way in the first place? That goes back to that whole foundation too. Because as a mother, that's one thing I've always said. I brought my kids in the world because I give a fuck. I love them. I give a fuck about who they are, what they're gonna be, who they gonna be, what kind of people they are to people. Like, I give a fuck, you know what I mean? So to hear about mothers not, pushing them out and not giving a fuck, I'm looking at them like, how is that possible? You brought this motherfucker in the world and just left him somewhere, or you brought this motherfucker in the world and sold them, or you brought this motherfucker in the world and beat him to death. How you did that? How you did that? Like, what exactly in your heart or in your soul jumped into you to allow you to do that? Like, because I could never in my, not even, no, there's nothing on earth that would allow me to physically, to my own children. No, nobody's children, never mind my own.
It's
No.
a mental health issue. It's a disease. All these that we're talking about are diseases, and it is what it is. People will do what they do. But I think the importance of this discussion and this platform is just to highlight what really affects us, like real shit. I think that I wanted to say how grateful I am to communities, especially my girl Kai over here. I always felt so welcome in her home. I felt like my kids could be there. I feel like, as long as they weren't disrespectful, that they was welcome to be there. Um, I feel like people that I've met out here, there's a beautiful Black community that have lived in Portland their whole lives, that have been affected by the severe, nasty head of racism, and they have stories to tell, and they've overcome, and they've created something so beautiful, and they embrace their Blackness still. That's what I'm talking about, and that I can follow behind. I'm still trying to find my Samoan community. For now, is me, my sister, and these kids, and my brother-in-law. That's our Samoan community until we meet some people that we can really trust and we can call family. Because I'm not familying it up with just anybody, especially how weird these humans move nowadays.
I mean,
I
the
don't care who
weirdness
who
of
you
how
are.
how humans are moving nowadays, especially
Uh-huh.
with other people's children, and just just how we trying to do each other in is just crazy. It's definitely crazy work. So you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out as a person, because even like for instance, I mean, shout out to you especially for our last episode when you brought on damn, I can't remember homegirl, but what was her name?
Deja. Deja.
Deja. You know what I mean? Because one of the things that she said, and the way she kind of, I mean, I like the way she kind of, said it. So it kind of made it so that it made you think that, yeah, like she acknowledged what happened to her, and you know what I'm saying, and she's through therapy and whatever she's doing within herself, she's working her way through that. But she definitely jumped up and said, that, somebody sexually assaulted her. You know what I'm saying? She definitely said somebody sexually assaulted her, and that that it was in the middle of, you know, intercourse, and and if the yes turned to no, and this and dude wasn't listening and kept on going, like in this day and age, we gotta pay attention to that, especially in with you, and you know what I'm saying, you're dating and whatnot. You got to pay attention to that, for yourself. You got to pay attention to that, for having anybody around your kids. Like you got to pay attention, to that period. Like even, just like me and whatnot. I got to make sure tell the girls, what I'm saying, when you outside, make sure, don't be talking to these people. Don't watch your environment type of shit. Like we live in a day where motherfuckers is doing some crazy shit, and they'll do the craziest shit to kids too. So you gotta pay attention with these humans nowadays. You gotta pay attention, because the craziest shit is happening, and to get on the other side of some shit like that happening to you, to the point where you can, where you got to go to therapy, and then what I'm saying, and try to still find a way to trust people amongst that fuck shit.
Right.
Like that shit is difficult. That shit is mad fucking difficult. You know what I mean? And I definitely want people to hone in on that. Like, because the way she said it, it was just like she said it, but I was just like, yo, hold on. Because that's some real shit. That's what women, young women, trying to, go through, walk through these streets, date people you don't know. You know what I'm saying? He might even get you to the point where you trust him, and then he do some fuck shit to show his real fucking character. You know what I mean?
Right.
And not just men doing that to women, but women. You know what I'm saying? Women could be doing the same shit to men.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like in these days, more and more, you got to pay attention to your environment, and pay attention to who around you, and who around your
Absolutely.
kids, and what I'm saying, who you let in your fucking house, who you let into your business, period, when it comes to, what I'm saying, talking to people, and meeting people. You gotta watch out for weird ass motherfuckers, because there's weird ass motherfuckers all over.
Real talk.
You know.
The only people I've allowed into my house are literally like my family members. Like when my brother was out here, my nephews was out here, obviously my sister. Excuse me. No one's been to my house on purpose. It's because I feel like I understand why my mom was so closed off when I was a kid coming up. There's a reason for that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I could still be a loving person, and I could still want to help, but shit, there are some things that motherfuckers cannot touch, and your home is one of them. Where
Word.
you lay your head, where your kids lay your head. And I've never realized how sacred that is before, until I lost my home. And it's like, dang, motherfuckers could be comfortable one day and uncomfortable the next. And that's
Word.
like, I don't take
Word.
this journey for granted. I think if anything, my greatest accomplishment in this life right now, kids aside, because that's just God's thing.
Mm,
God gave that to you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like my greatest accomplishment would be not giving a fuck what people think about me.
word.
That's not easy to do. I didn't realize that that's not
That's
easy.
really not easy to do.
No. And that if anything, I stand on that and I find pride in that, just like how motherfuckers find pride in they big asses or they big foreheads. I don't know. But I love that about myself. And I
No,
think if anyone's
definitely.
watching this, you know what I mean? Take that courage within yourself. Look in it inside yourself and be like, think of all the wonderful things that you do, the wonderful things that you are naturally. Embrace that. There's like no one else like you.
Exactly. And as you grow, you get that tough skin. You get that tough skin that literally gets tougher and literally gets stronger the more you learn, the more you grow. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I wanted to jump in and say to even about weird motherfuckers, because the other day Anaya asked me about having a play date with one of her friends at one of her friends' house, and even that it's like, hold up, nah, because I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't know
Right.
who where they gonna be taking you, and I don't know who the fuck gonna be in that house while you in that house. So
You
nah, nah,
got some
nah,
questions.
nah, 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 nah. Nowadays, all weird motherfuckers gotta be. They come back all different kind of angles to touch, and you gotta be protective at every fucking corner. You can't just no. This ain't the day. No, this ain't the day where you can just let somebody like you just go in
No,
that person's house and I don't know. Nah,
no.
nah, because all kind of fuck shit be happening at people's house, all kind of fuck shit. You hear stories of people you go over to somebody's house and something happened to you because you went over to somebody's house. Nah, nah, nah. Fuck no.
Man.
Fuck no. But the last I heard from our guest, she thought that we was recording at 9 o'clock, and that's not the instructions because it says 7 o'clock. So when I saw that, I literally said, "Nah, we recording now." So I'm assuming we just gonna have this conversation with her at another time.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That's what it is. But shit, this episode is obviously a good one. It's
Absolutely.
always great ones. You know what I mean? Did you get to see Michael's episode today?
Oh, I need to watch it still. I haven't.
Oh yeah, definitely. Check
I
check
need
him out. He
that's
definitely had a lot to say. He definitely had a lot to say.
I
And that
want him
and
to
I don't
come
mean
back.
disrespect, Michael. I'm just saying you definitely had a lot to say. And it was like there was points where I was kind of looking at him like, nah, come on, Michael. Stop playing. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Because he had this whole conspiracy as to why Trump got shot, and I was just like, nah, I don't, nah.
Oh damn! I need to watch that. I need to watch it.
I
There's
like,
sometimes I don't even watch our episodes until it's just me at night. I put that shit on and I'm just like, oh shit, I remember that. I didn't want to give it my undivided attention now, but you know, shit,
hell
shout out to Michael, yo, and his lovely
yeah,
wife, Amanda.
hell yeah, because he actually shared that his one of his daughters is pregnant, so yeah,
Get it?
yeah, so he gonna be
Second on the way.
he gonna be double granddad. He gonna be double granddad.
That's right.
So,
Beautiful. Much love and blessings to y'all. I can't wait to
absolutely.
hear that conspiracy theory. I love me a good conspiracy theory, especially if it gets my head
I
rolling.
mean, and he definitely had me going. He definitely had me going, and it was just like, okay. I
If
even
anything,
in the conversation, I saw myself looking at him like I was like, okay, so I see me looking at him like, uh huh.
it's good. It's good work. It's good writing material. I think we all can, just take from things. I think that would be great. Just take conspiracy theories and put it into something artistic and creative. Anyway, I'm blabbering. But to answer your question, to come full circle, because I kind of got off track, I ain't getting no dick, and I need some. If anyone in Portland, no, I'm just kidding.
No, not
No,
anyone.
I'm proud of myself because not everybody's just gonna get some of this cookie. Not everybody is worthy. It ain't got nothing to do about your money or nothing. It's just like, what is your purpose?
The whole thing is that the one that's going, the one that's coming to get it is going to be the right one. That's the affirmation that we got to say to ourselves, Queen. Because
Uh,
because for me, the affirmation for me, because I actually, because listen, on TikTok, I know I know I'm actually I know there was a time when I said fuck TikTok. I ain't fucking with TikTok. I don't give a fuck about TikTok. But now I'm on TikTok, right? And one of the affirmations, one of the chicks that she came through, she was like, "Yo, if you want to do something, yo, write it down and write it down like it's done already. Write it down like it's done already. Like you ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Like don't write it out like I'm going to do it or I want to do it. Write it down like it's happened. So for you, I think you should write down like I am, and I had like by this date I am meeting the man that's going to fulfill me sexually, fulfill me financially. He's going to be a smart person. He's going to have good business ideas. He's going to have some insurance, some you know what I'm saying, some all kind of backing,
have his
and
own children.
and if he has his own children, the children are going to be some good ass children, not some motherfuckers that's going to get on my motherfucking nerves. And if he don't have children, well, I know I want him to have children because I don't want him to think he's going to make a children with me. I want him to have his own children.
Oh
So
no, I could make, at this point, if I meet my person, I'd make another baby. I know I'd never say, be careful, never say never, but with the right.
okay, so all right, so she willing to have another baby. Me personally, I wrote down that but between February and April of next year, I'm going back to Panama one more time. And by my birthday, I'm
Uh,
going to Jamaica. And that's that
uh,
I wrote it down like that's like those tickets are booked. No damn
bro,
well I ain't bought them tickets yet, but I wrote it down like them tickets is booked already.
uh,
And that's the next affirmations. We gotta those are affirmations. You know what I mean? We gotta affirmate affirmation the live shows, the
uh,
the book trips, the you know what I mean, the good man that's going to come through and do right, and his pocket's going to be right, so he gonna be able to do right all the way right all through the town. You know what I mean? Those are the affirmations.
hey,
Those
hey,
are the affirmations. That's what
affirmation.
for all of us, for both me and you.
Come on.
That's exactly what we doing. That's exactly what's going to happen for us.
And speaking about Jamaica, I don't know if I shared it on this platform. I cannot remember. But if you think that these dudes from Jamaica like you and they're hitting you up and saying they want to marry you, girl, they don't love you. No.
Girl, please. That's another thing that is on TikTok that's getting on my last goddamn nerves. And I've seen other females make fucking PSAs about the shit. Like as soon as some dude liking your picture and whatnot, and he when you add you as a friend, you add him as a friend, and 2 seconds later he jumping in your inbox talking about hi beautiful. I made a whole tape. Like, listen. Every time I get a hi beautiful, I send the tape. The tape says I'm very married, very in love. You trying something that you making you wasting your time. You get out of my face, get out of my inbox. Don't come here for the inboxes.
I'm talking
I
about the
don't
ones
do
that want
this
them
inbox thing.
deposited.
Don't come here for the inbox thing. And literally, that's what ends the conversation. Literally, as soon as I get the hi beautiful or how you doing, how you I send that video right then and there, and right there, and then there ain't no more conversation because I explained myself real clear. I
Good.
explained myself real clear in the video. Ain't nothing
People are getting
for you
scammed out
to
here,
ask me after the video. Like once you saw the video, you understood where I was coming from, right? Okay, so
It
so
could be Jamaica, it could be any foreign land, but they're just tends. I don't mean to just single
shit.
them out.
It's trust me, but it ain't just Jamaica though. It's all of the countries now because they even got for yo. Have you seen some of these videos where they got whole fucking call centers that they hire fucking scammers? Like
I'm
literally,
surprised.
like literally in countries like Bangladesh and certain African countries where it's a whole fucking call center.
Yep.
And they literally either telling you that they work for Microsoft and they trying to help you fix your computer, but you gotta send them $300, or they telling you, oh, you got scammed out of something. They just took $300 out of your account, and we gonna help you get the scammers, but you gotta pay us 600 to get your 300 back. What happened?
You motherfuckers do
Oh,
not love you, girl.
call
Believe me
centers
and
in
her.
these
Believe us.
countries in these countries where they actually fucking calling people and actually or going into people's computers and try and scamming people out of
And girl, if they loved you, or boy, if they loved you, they'd be sending you money.
thousands of dollars.
Exactly, yo.
Like
Keep that in
crazy.
perspective. I don't care what you do, just don't get scammed over it. Don't let them
Don't get
scam you.
scammed. Don't be sending nobody no money you don't know from some country. You wildin'. The fuck? Like
I'll
that's
be honest, dude.
crazy.
When I fell victim to that. I didn't send like anything crazy, but I sent someone $50,
Girl,
and that
no.
see, that was a humbling experience for me, and I share that not just to share with you guys. Like, don't fall victim. I sent somebody $50 before. That wasn't shit
No.
to me at the time, but the fact that I even sent shit, like $50, that's an eighth. Like, I didn't need to send that shit.
Child, hello. Oh my
Real talk,
God.
man. We ain't making this shit up, dude. Don't let these motherfuckers tell you anything. And if you feel like you're looking, excuse me, for validation from any stranger that you haven't even touched and doesn't know you for real, then you need to ask yourself some major questions, some bigger questions, such as self-worth, questions that involve your self-worth and what you think about yourself for real, and about how you value your, well, that's the same as self-worth, but that's it in that.
Girl, no, that shit, man. Listen, the scammers are out there. The scammers are definitely out there, and the fact is that the there's actually people out there showing you fucking videos of these niggas scamming motherfuckers through their computer, through all kind of connections, and it be really sometimes it be some old people that they get to send their whole bank account to.
Check
Come on
their
now.
whole disability check.
Their whole disability check. Like, no, that's just mm-mm. You know what I mean? And shoot, girl, the fact is that it was even though it was only $50 is a lot of money around these parts.
It's too much
So
to be sending a motherfucking scammer, and I just really hope that that story helps somebody for real.
mhm.
Like, and if you ever need a second guess, send that information, send those screenshots to us. We'll tell you if it's real or not.
Matter of fact, shit. Again, if it don't feel real, it ain't 9 times out of
You
10.
ain't
It
gotta
ain't
question it.
real. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. You know what I mean?
Oh,
These
and
people
another thing I
your
wanted to tell.
inbox and talk about crypto and
Oh
they
yeah, yeah.
read your palm and they no tarot cards, all that bullshit. No, no, and no. But go ahead, girl. Go ahead, girl. What you gonna say?
Oh no, it's just saying. Dang, I forgot, but it was something along the lines of like to the single women. Um. Anyway, just like I guess just make sure you don't get I don't know. Maybe I don't need to share it. Maybe it needs to.
Yeah, but I think it was probably just along the lines of just be as careful as you can with these people. Like as far as
Man.
letting people know your personal your address or
Oh,
bringing.
and if they loved you, if they would, I mean, if they wanted to, they would. Like
Mhm.
that thing I know for sure. If somebody wanted to show you their affection, they wouldn't give you this flowery talk over the internet. They wouldn't just send you dick pics. They wouldn't just ask to send your private
They
part.
wouldn't just jump in your inbox. They would say something in a public on your post publicly where everybody could see the shit. The
Mm.
fuck you jumping in my inbox being all secretive and shit. Like no, fuck that. You know
Man,
what I'm
it's
saying?
like
But
Even
but
you.
on some real shit, yes. As far as single females, definitely be more careful. Try your best to keep the shit as public as possible and shit. And before and shit. I've heard a lot of like I've heard certain people with certain money do background checks on the motherfucker. Shit, if it get to that point, go ahead and do that because at the end of
Whatever
the
you
day,
do.
you might fuck around and find out some information that could help save your motherfucking life. Why
And
not?
other lives.
Why not?
And then there's been a couple of times that I've done the U-turn, you know what I mean? You did the
Mm,
spin the corner type of shit. And I'm grateful actually because those were situations that I had in my head. Like, I wonder
mm,
only now to know what it is.
mm,
I'm grateful for that, to be real with
mm,
you. So it's like, don't ever fault yourself for spinning the block only to find out what you probably should have known all along. You know what
mm,
I'm saying?
mm,
And some of us are hard-headed. I'm very hard. I'm a knucklehead. I didn't do well in school because I never followed the rules. Not because I wasn't smart, but because school is about getting you in order and making you follow some rules. And
Word.
I always questioned my intelligence because I didn't learn the same way as my peers learned. But I knew I wasn't dumb. And so I think that I hope that that helps anybody too, because I think a lot of my broken heart have me contributing to my broken heart by giving these people too much of
Mm,
what I needed to take away because I was not seeing it in myself. So if you
mm,
see yourself as a leader and as somebody that you wouldn't mind following, then you're gonna eventually attract that. And so I'm not sitting here like
word.
crying that I don't have a mate yet. I know it's coming. I'm just like I know that when I see that person, I'm going, no, that's it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. You're everything on you gonna know and you're gonna feel it and it's gonna be right. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? And it's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen.
And
You
I'm gonna submit like a kitten. I'm gonna be like,
Exactly, exactly. And then you're gonna be, and the most of all, you're gonna be glad that you waited till you got to that point. You
and
know?
I'm having lots of sex for sure. You know,
That's true. And on that note,
sex marijuana.
next one in the motherfucking building. All
Man.
right. Love you, Queen. See you later.
Yeah.
All right now.